Unfortunately, updates are the only way Sims 4 bugs can ever be fixed, but of course, updates don't always go as planned, to say the least. From NPCs misbehaving to some issues not being fully addressed, this is just a small heads up. Now, of course, this is a very short video, and just a few aspects that Sims 4 players have noticed right away. I don't unfortunately have enough information about how well the reduction in ailments for Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature is going, so if you do play with the brand new expansion pack, please let me know if you like the update and if you are noticing an improvement overall. First of all, let's start with some advice for console simmers, and then we'll move on to some of the other issues. As noted by Sims Direct Communications, console simmers, if you are struggling to access the gallery or claim event rewards, here is a list of steps to help. Go to Game Options, select Other, and select Link EA Account, and there will be an updated user agreement. Accepting the updated agreement will prompt you to restart the game. Select Confirm, restart the game, and restore your connection. And of course, really importantly, as always, make sure you have saved any progress before restarting. Honestly, I know there are so many issues with console right now, and there pretty much always are, so I do really feel bad about this, but I do hope this is helpful for at least some of you. While I do know people are still having issues with options overall on their main menu resetting every single time. So rest assured, I do want to keep covering issues on console because you are just as important as other players. But moving on, let's get into some things that people noticed about the update. First of all, unfortunately, the werewolves issue is not fully resolved. Existing werewolves did not receive nose color options. After the update, they checked to see if the nose color bug had been fixed. Well, from what they found, it was partially fixed. Newly made werewolves have that option to change nose colors. However, any pre-made werewolves do not have this option still. Minimizing the nose does bring the color options, but they will disappear if the undo button is pressed. If you save the changes made by randomizing the nose, then re-enter cast, the nose color options will still be there. Therefore, this bug does not seem to be present in newly made saves. I have noticed this with other bug fixes in the past, where it will work for new saves, but not for older saves. And after some further investigation, this bug does not seem to apply to some of the pre-made sims. And I have no clue why this is, but that is just a heads up to keep advocating to fix this bug. I understand that not everybody plays with this pack, but it still does need to be fixed, especially since they claim to have fully fixed it. Now, the next thing I want to get into, I honestly think is a long-term issue that has gone on and on over the years. And honestly, if you don't follow this simmer already, you definitely should, because they are on top of things. They know so much about this game and they are absolutely fantastic. That aside, I don't unfortunately think this is unusual. I've seen this happen where NPCs just don't do their job. This is a bigger issue with autonomy in Sims 4, and for me, I experience these issues on and off. I do want to talk about that in a future video, but like I said, I don't think this is particularly new. This simmer especially said they noticed it even more after this last update. But don't worry, because NPCs are misbehaving in other ways too. Because, as noted by the same simmer, I just noticed that some assigned Sims 4 NPCs, such as firefighters, cops, etc., never wear their appropriate headwear anymore. This is really interesting, so they are showing up in the proper attire except for their headwear. Again, these kind of issues pop up. I could have sworn we had something like this in the past, but this is something that may have re-emerged in the past update. Something I noticed about Sims 4, there are just certain aspects and bugs that just keep popping up, or there are similar ones that pop up when they fix something else, which of course is unfortunate. And rest assured, there are other simmers reporting this issue. Situational and NPC outfits are generating with random hats. This person claims it started actually with the July 1st update, so again, maybe not. Suddenly sims such as hired caterers, as well as with situational outfits like wedding outfits, oh great. Cater at their wedding was wearing a beanie, and the groom was wearing a graduation cap. I guess that's interesting. Now, they do have mods installed, however, people have removed their mods and still had the same issue. As this person notes, tested in a backup with my current save with the cache cleared, last exceptions removed, and mod folder removed. So for this person, when they actually traveled from the spa and they wanted to change into another outfit, the only option was bathrobes. Again, I have no idea if this person is modded or not, it's definitely an interesting bug. However, a lot of people do think this is a vanilla bug, and actually some people are using mods to fix it. You can remove hats and accessories from situation outfits if you have MC Command Center. Again, I don't consider that a solution for everyone. We shouldn't have to rely on mods, but I just wanted to put that out there. But of course, as you can imagine, there were so many other comments about other bugs in the game. Why is no one talking about the fact they haven't fixed the job promotion bug? And another person said, as a longtime simmer, I am unbelievably disappointed at the state of Sims 4. The team releases something that is incredibly buggy and occasionally game-breaking, puts a band-aid on it, and then announces another pack. Now, I will say I have advocated for so long for them to slow down packs. Personally, I think that one expansion pack a year, and that's all, would be great. After all, when you're introducing new code so frequently, it just adds to the complex layer of what quality assurance has to go through. And of course, even more so, people are still talking about save corruption, and of course this is a bigger issue. As a reminder, having for rent can accelerate the issue. It isn't just for rent that can cause this, but if you do have for rent, it definitely puts you at higher risk. And the last person makes a really good point. How long will you remain silent on this? Transparency has never been your strong point. And that last point about transparency is actually a topic I am working on. I do want to do a video on this because, in my opinion, the Sims team has done some things decently when it comes to transparency, but it is very inconsistent, and so overall, we are in the dark. And so, my goal would be to go over the history of all the different ways they have communicated with us, what was better and what went wrong. I don't know when I will have that video out, but it is a good discussion point. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. I do hope that the pack is better, and I do hope that some of the bug fixes were truly fixed. My goal in these videos, of course, is not just to complain, but to raise awareness. So let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.